Despite the brutal appearance, the Infiniti QX56 requires careful treatment. Why is this luxury SUV not on the list of models popular with car thieves? And why does the Casco insurance not scare you with terms and numbers? The answer about the elusive Joe, who no one needs, does not count. Are there any other options? Not. Well then, let's try to see what the QX56 is like in operation. This largest Infiniti is, to put it mildly, very exotic. Its gross weight of only a couple of 100 kilograms falls short of Category C, that is, 3.5 tons. Its only possible motor contains more than 300 horses. It has a frame and a low gear in the transfer case, but all suspensions are independent. In general, something similar to the GAZ-66 military truck that turned into a dead-end branch of development. Nevertheless, the QX56 has something in common with the notorious Shishiga. Both of them rarely recline their skates just like that, out of the blue. They signal for a long time with sounds, knocks, smudges, twitches, burning bulbs. Yes, the 66th has a couple of control lights that it's time to surrender to good hands for repairs. A 5.6-liter V8 petrol engine with a 529 Nm dump torque accelerates the car to 100, according to the declared data, a little less than 8 seconds. He eats, however, while in the city about 26 liters per 100 kilometers, and on the highway in a quiet mode, about 15 to 16 liters. Yes, an oil consumption when driving at high speeds or with a heavy load, say, when towing a trailer, can easily turn out to be such that by the next replacement it simply will not be on the dipstick. The design of the motor has no weaknesses, but there is a reason why the engine can become completely unrepairable. From low-quality gasoline, the front catalysts crumble into ceramic dust. She, once inside the motor, lifts up everything that she reaches. This dust cannot fly anywhere, because rear catalysts stand in its way, which it also clogs. So if the diagnostics gives errors on lambda probes, you must immediately change all 4 catalysts or install a still and tuning exhaust system where there are no catalysts. Any of these options with work will cost a little more than 100,000 rubles. If the engine pulls poorly, then most likely the gasoline pump has begun a protracted agony. The reason is the same: dirty gasoline and frequent trips with low fuel levels. By type of drive, the QX56 is a versatile SUV. Under normal conditions, the rear wheels get the moment. I must say that all the copies officially delivered to Russia since 2007 were all-wheel drive. Well, if there is no Auto 4WD, 4H, 4L mode switch in the cabin, then we have a mono-drive American. Both the transfer case and the automatic gearbox are quite reliable. True, the machine can fail due to current hoses. A characteristic weak point is at the junction of rubber with metal. There were also complaints about the buggy switch for selecting transfer modes. More serious problems can arise with the front axle, the destruction of the gearbox, the twisting of the axle shaft, usually the right one, and the left one falling out. There is an opinion that this is provoked by sharp starts in 4H or auto mode with the wheels turned out. What does it cost a powerful motor to twist some kind of iron stick into a ram's horn? Impressively thick gimbals are made with interchangeable crosses, but front crosses are only available assembled with the shaft. The suspensions are distinguished by a good resource, with the exception of the struts and bushings of the front stabilizer, which in our conditions can withstand 20 to 40,000 kilometers. With a run of just over 100, it's time to update the shock absorbers, and a little later, the rear hubs will probably buzz. They change as an assembly. In steering, power steering hoses require attention. It happens that they flow. The QX56 also has a number of characteristic sores. For example, due to oxidized contacts in the engine compartment, the operation of the engine control unit is disrupted. Also, Russian chemistry finishes the pipes of the rear air conditioner and the tailgate lock. In winter, the car may not let you inside because of the freezing wires of the door handles. In copies of the first years of production, the air conditioner radiator electric fan, located directly behind the radiator grille, jams, which can cause the wiring harness to burn out. Moreover, this problem is also known in America, so you should not blame the reagents. The anti-icing slurry is also innocent in the current radiators of the cooling system. They get clogged with dirt and burst from, simply speaking, local overheating. Regular cleaning is the key to a long service life of this part. True, one cannot do without partial dismantling, because the main radiator is located tightly behind the air conditioner radiator. Well, for dessert, let's put the most famous problem. For instances produced in 2004 to 2007, the brakes are the Achilles heel. If there is no desire to update the front brake discs due to the beating at each MOT, you need to put something more long-lasting. For example, reinforced perforated discs, 28,000 rubles per pair, with Surmet pads, 8,000 rubles per set. Or a set from Stillen with 2-piston calipers, 110,000 plus 15,000 rubles for pads, but the top of the revision is AP Racing with 6-piston calipers and a price tag of 170,000 rubles. Without installation. Is everything as sad as it may seem after reading the above? No, of course. Timely service, attention to weaknesses, and a multi-seat powerful SUV with high ground clearance will reciprocate the owner.